Tara Jacobson, Artsy Fartsy Life, and today I'm going to show you how to make this wicked cool Halloween banner. This is a super boring first step, but what I'm doing is I'm painting the back of all these 4th of July banners black, and I decided to leave at least some of the natural look of that because I am going to use some natural ribbon instead of black. It's going to be the contrast, and I don't care if I get this perfect. Like, I don't have to cover every inch of it, but I want to cover the most of it. See how like there's a little spot where it's not covered? I'm fine with that. And so what I will be doing for the next however long is just painting. I used a little bit better acrylic paint, so I went to folk art paint from like acrylic, and it covered it better. So this is definitely, it seems like it might be a project where paying up a little bit for a little bit better paint may take you less time and save you money in the long run, because that first paint didn't cover it all. I had to use a lot of it to get anything to happen. So that's the first step. So now I have made a template of the size that is going to go in on top of the banner, and then the black will be around it. It's over in the fireplace drying. So I need 10 pieces of background paper that are going to be the basis of my banners. So I have wallpaper papers. These are made out of like wallpaper, and they're from a couple different years. I also have this orange, and that was from this departed stack. I think I used all my orange. Nope, it was from the abandoned stack. See, orange. So we have 2 orange. I need purple. I've made some other purple things that are just from my own stash, but I want the back of a couple of them to be purple. I may go with kind of this green. Ooh, that is beautiful. Okay, we're gonna use that, and this is gonna be 2. So now I'm up to 4, and there's kind of a red one. Look, I have red stuff. I almost feel like as much orange as I can get in here, the better. I'll probably do this paper upside down, like this way, because, let's see, can we fit 2 on each one? Oh, you're killing me, Tim Holtz. Okay, we cannot fit 2 on each one. So I need more papers. So we're gonna need one of these pink ones. Make sure there's not something else. Okay, so that's 5. All right, now let's look at these guys. Remember we had a purple back here? I'm gonna go backwards. Nope, I can't go backwards. It's hard to flip these backwards. And they're 2 different sizes because they're from 2 different years. All right, so I don't want black because I already have black. I need a color. It's kind of cute. If we had another yellow. Is that gonna be poppy? I think that'll be poppy enough. Yep. And don't forget, we can alternate. So then we'll do this green. That's a good green. That'll go with that. Is that the purple? Oh, there's a purple. So that's one purple. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Okay, I'm gonna use this one, which doesn't go with anything, which is fine. When I put them in a row, I wanna make sure I don't have 2 that are similar together. It's a little purpley, don't we think? Is that the same one? Ah, they cheated. They have the same one. That's okay. I need one more cool color. And this departed stack is just the gift that keeps on giving. I love this stack. Oh, this could be that rusty. Look how cool Christmas is going to be. I may have to buy another one. All right. We have a wiener. Oh, that's the other side of that. So we'll have some good color to use. So now I am going to use this side edge because I'm super lazy crafter. And I'm just going to outline this. And if I get pen on here, you're never going to know it because I am going to have 11 billion layers. Because I always have 11 billion layers. Okay. Let's go down on this one. All right, so now you see and then I'll have this really nice orange on that one to use for something else. So that's gonna be our part that's gonna, oh, we have a top cut out too. All right, that's gonna be cool behind something. These guys, too little, in the trash. Okay, so this is gonna go onto our thing. I'm gonna cut out 10 of those and I'll be back. All right, so I have my 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And they kind of go in, you know, there's a couple here that are dark together, but in general, I like how this is, I mean, yeah. I like how this is laid out. I think this is really good. It doesn't necessarily go dark light, dark light, dark light, obviously, because we don't have that. But I think that this is light enough, and I don't want this next to this, right? So I think this is a good layout, and that's what we're going with. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna, I have, hold on. I have a whole bunch of natural twine, and I'm going to put, I think, some of this onto one of these pieces to make it stiffer, and this is going to be the start of the top of each of these, because I'm gonna put this over and staple it over the hole. So that's the next step. Look how cool some of these are. I'm going to be using some of that for sure. I'm going to be using this. I don't know whether I'm going to use some rickrack. I got this at, I might use some rickrack. I'm totally obsessed with rickrack. I got this at, on the light ones, I might use some brown. Ooh, look at this guy. Okay, this is going to be fun, but I got this at Michael's for, I think they're like $20 or something, but you get 11 billion, or maybe they're $10, $16, I don't know. But you get 11 billion pieces of different ribbon. So that's going to be our next step. So this is the exciting time. We're going to make some ribbons for the top that are going to go across. Well, I already lost my things. Anyways, oh, they're underneath. They're going to go across here. So we're going to start with a base ribbon, because I'm going to also staple these onto the tag, so it doesn't have to be perfect, but I just put a couple of staples in here. Okay, now we got this piece. And let's staple the middle. If you were a sewer, I guess you could sew these on, but I am not a seamstress. Uh-oh, I ran out. Anyways, I am going to be sewing all these together. I have to refill my Tim Holtz tiny stapler, and I will be back. All right, I got them all done, and now I've hooked them to the back. So each one of these will have its own little ribbon. That was this step. Okay, I've got the stuff all, I've gotten these all stuck on, so I put them onto a, oh, that one didn't take. I put them onto a, that's perfect, piece of cardboard, and then stapled them onto here. So I need to do it where there's not quite so much, there we go, it went through, onto each of these. And then I've picked like a focal point. This is from my printables, so I'm probably gonna cut out the moon face and maybe put a little bit of, because I really like that orange, and then some extra things that I'm gonna put on there. And so for each one, I have some printables. I have something that I'm gonna put on it. This one's really cute. Look how nice that's gonna be. That's one of the Tim Holtz vellum things. So we're gonna see about those. And so that's gonna be my next step, is figuring out what goes where and then putting it on. And now I want you to know that you don't have to be worried about things as you do this. So if I were to look at this now, I would think, oh my gosh, this is gonna look terrible because the white balls look bad and this and that. But I'm gonna be doing some purple staining. I'm gonna be doing all kinds of stuff to this, and it won't even look like it when it gets done. Like for this, I think I might take just the Halloween part of this and put it down the side and things like that. So don't get yourself worked up when you're partway through. Just get a concept and then start working on that. Some of these guys, and they're a little bit heavier, so they may be neat to take some stuff out of. And then I have just a big piece of black cardstock, and I will definitely be using that. But I'm gonna be using 2 dies. So I wanna make some top ruffles for this. So this die, I don't know if you can see it, but it makes ruffly edges. And then this die, I think you can see that, is going to make the, is going to be what I use to make some patterns on the pieces. So that's what I'm doing today. Okay, the first one we're going to do is to make the framelits. And I'm going to run this through so you can, when I say what it is, they're called framelits. They make an outside piece and an inside piece. Okay, so here's what we're making. And I'm gonna make a number of these outside pieces, but then I'll have all the inside pieces, right? So I decided to use all the leftover pieces I have from the back of the color pack that we used for the other part, because we know they'll go together. And then what you do is you flip these, or you turn them, because you don't want them to be the same color, and you make a whole bunch of different ones. So I'm gonna do that. And then one more thing before I get to work is I also took these guys, which are the pieces that I cut off, and they will fit and make extra pieces for my fillers, because otherwise you would just be using the same 4 colors over and over again. But we have a ton of these little cutoff parts that came from the edges, and watch this, you'll love this. I actually love this so much. And this is such a good way to use all your little scraps. So if you don't have one of these yet, get it. It's maybe my favorite thing to use, because it lets you add a pop of color without, and then I'll just throw away all these little pieces, right? But it lets you add a pop of color without having to, that must be some of that, the back isn't a color, so that's some of that wallpaper. All right, I will do a bunch of these and I'll be back. All right, last but not least, I decided to use these ones for the tops that I'm thinking about doing, because for 2 reasons. My reasons are twofold. One, they color coordinate with what I've already done, right? Because we know we made some of those circles out of these papers. So that's number 1. And number 2 is they're the only thing I have enough of to do 10. I have some cool papers I made, but I don't have enough of them, and I don't feel like making more papers today. I'm putting my project together. So we're gonna go with these, and I'll show you what they look like. Oh, I went the wrong way. Okay, so they make the cutest little edges. So there you go. Cute edges. And there's a different kind of edge. And this one I thought I messed up because it has holes, but you know what holes mean? Grommets. So I'll put grommets in there. But so there, and don't forget, this is the one that has the different colors. And there's that one. Oh, this is the middle. So you can actually do this. You can get one more out of this my scissors. I had them 30 seconds ago. You can, because this one is the relief, but this one looks just the same whether it's top or bottom. So we got 5 there. Ooh, that was exciting. Wow, I only have to use 4 papers, but I'm gonna do them all. I have some other papers I'm gonna use, so I have a nice variety for when I'm done. I don't like to have to think too much when I'm done. All right, that's it for this one. Okay, I went through and I grungied the edges with Walnut Stain Distress, but today is just one of those days. I have been wanting this Stampers Anonymous stamp set forever, and today is the day I got it. So it's very cool. It's got all kinds of words, letters, numbers, things like that. So what I'm going to do on these is I want to get more stuff happening, right? Like if I just put those on top, it would be very, very boring and stick out like a sore thumb. But if I use these little words and letters and things, let's start with the easiest one. So I look like I know what I'm doing with my stamping. I'm not a huge stamper, which is why I don't buy a ton of stuff. And I am using Archival. This is Spiced Marmalade. Okay, we're gonna go this way and just put a little bit of number on there. All right, let's get all our orange ones because we're gonna do all kinds of stuff on here. Cool. I suppose I should separate them out by color because I'm going to be stamping them by color. I'm going to do the purples purple, and I'm going to do the blues blue. I don't want to do the same stamp on all of them. So now let's go to purple. I don't think I have blue out. I know a good idea would be to clean your stamp. If you care about things like that, clean your stamp. I don't actually care about things like that. Ooh, purple. So when you mix orange and purple, which are kind of opposites on the color wheel, you're gonna get brown, which I'm totally fine with. But that purple's beautiful. All right, let's do a little one over here. And then we'll be done with this stamp. We'll put our purple guys back. Now we gotta get blue. Sure I have blue? I do have blue. Yay, blue. Ooh, I have 2 colors blue. All right, I have 2 Archival blues, but I think I'm gonna go with the, that one. The other consideration, you guys, is that I could be mixing the colors on my stamp pad because it's permanent ink. If you did this with regular distress, it wouldn't matter because it wouldn't mix. But if you wanted to get it all off, which this is a dark, dark color of purple, so I am gonna not sully my, not going to sully my blue as much as I would if I had left that dark, dark purple on there. Cute. All right, that's a good one. This is really weird. It's almost like it makes the black line, oh, there we go. The black lines kind of intensify that color. So, while I love you, I am not gonna sit here with you and do all this. I'm going to listen to a podcast while I do all my stamping. See you in a bit. All right, I'm ready to start putting together the cards, and I had this card with the gypsies and the palm, and I might still have the gypsies, but looking at this, we can tell this is not going to work. This is too stark, so this is going to be a darker card, but for sure, I'm going to have all of these, and then remember I said you can bring in color with your, or some difference with these, like here, I can get a little bit more blue in there, break that up. Ooh, some orange, that'd be perfect, right? And so I'm gonna go through and do that. I don't fill them all, I'm just gonna fill some of them to bring in some of that color. And then, boop. Okay, so these are still on the bubble for this one. But I also have this sticker book from Tim Holtz Ideology. And so we may want to put like a little word or something. And I wanted to show you that I do this. So some of the pieces of cut paper were not big enough, right? They weren't big enough to even be those things. So as it goes, I let my papers get smaller and smaller and smaller, but I don't always throw them away because on a piece like this, a little tiny word, so let's see, anything, a strange visitor. Okay, so on a thing like this, this little tiny word wouldn't even show up, right? But watch, hold on, I'm not sure you can see it down there. But if I put it on a little piece of matching paper, and we know it matches because we've been using these same papers for everything, I'm just letting them get smaller and smaller and smaller, then all of a sudden I can put a little extra piece of color in there and it looks perfect. I mean, I have to grunge it up and do all that, maybe cut it a little bit straighter. But because you're saving all the same papers that you're using throughout, you know they'll all kind of go together. So I'm going to start putting my stuff together. We are to the bedazzling time. Yay! I think this is actually why I do any kind of crafts, so that I can bedazzle them. Okay, so this is my, I really love the way I did this. I'm not trying to work with a whole long banner. I just made these that at the end I will staple to the banner. But I wanted to show you some of the stuff that I have to work with. So I have some of my cutouts. I thought that that little face would be cute to use maybe behind a word or something. I have a tag, okay, and now I have all kinds of stuff. So this little book has all kinds of cool words and things like that in it, which is good. I have some lace that is either gray or black. I have some of these chipboard things, which are going to be awesome for putting on there. Some flowers. I lost my purple flowers. I think the purple flowers might be by the purple ones. But I also have buttons. So I thought I could do like a button and a flower, maybe. I don't know. We're going to have to see that one. And I'll put those on with a brad. I'm not a big sewer, so I have all kind. I'll show you all my brads and stuff so you can see that. Oh, look how cute that would look. Okay. I have beads. These are vintage beads. If I showed you all my vintage beads, you would be so jelly. Okay, so we have those. But I also have some cool modern beads, like this little spider web. Couple different kinds of jack-o'-lanterns, and then I have all kinds of these bubble paper clips because those are great for hooking things on. I'm a gluer or a hooker. I'm not a sewer or a fixer. So we have all kinds of stuff in there. Funky paper clip with a hook. Like, how cool is that? There's a little Tim Holtz chain. So we got a whole bunch of stuff to put things on. Let's keep going. I have a serious issue with grommets. I like to put grommets on everything I do. So I have 2 huge containers. That's not all my grommets. That's just the ones that are in the working file. I have all kinds of brads. So you'll see there's like, there's some in here that are maybe orange or primarily orange that I'll use. There's these old looking ones. Like this one will be perfect to put something on with, and then they just flare out in the back, so they kind of hook things on. I also have these brads, and some of these brads are perfect because they have really long backs. Like this one's back is significantly longer than that one's back, and so if I have something really deep I'm trying to hook on. And then these are jump rings. We're going to hook lots of stuff on with jump rings. That's not easy to say. And then last but not least is all my hooky-on-y things. So I have bulldog clips. I have regular clips. I have all kinds of safety pins and regular pins and old paper clips. Maybe we'll make a couple paper clips here. I have these things from Tim Holtz that are, I'll definitely be using maybe the H if I can find it. But they're really cool. They look like metal, but they're really little plastic chips. I love that exclamation point. Oh, and I have these, a bunch of these chips that are metal, mortal, foolish mortals, double, toil and trouble, bones. I'm going to use some of those too. So that is what I'm going to start with. I will make a ton of these things, maybe put some of them together, and then bring you back. So we have passed through the bedazzling phase, and I still have some stuff left, but I used an awful lot of it. Okay, so there's dangles and brads and flowers, and this is a chipboard that I cut in half and put some little things on, and that one has lots of dangles, but that one definitely needs something. I'm gonna do some jewels and I'm gonna do some words. So I love how this turned out. This is like, I don't know, this turned out way better than I thought it would. It's very vintage looking. I love this one. He has a little ghosty, but this one turned out wonderful. Little dangle. That needs something for sure. This one's getting there. I kind of love her. This is from my printables, but vintage bead, flower. I don't know. She's doing great. Okay. This one needs something. I need to, oh, I had two. Darn it. Where did they just go? Okay, I had two chipboards. Oh, maybe this is Dearly Departed? Oh, that might be her. Right? I feel like she needs something bold. I think that may be the answer. I don't think it's in memory of. I think it's Dearly Departed, so I'll stick that on. Put that to the side. Okay, these girls look like fun, and then I have her little little moon hanging off of that one. I like that one, but I feel like it needs something. This lady is just weird. Like, I can't figure out what the story is on this one. She really came out and she wanted to be on this card. So I don't know whether she's a murderer but I like her. And then this is another favorite. He turned out really good. And with the vintage earring hanging from there, and I lied to you, I did do a little bit of sewing to put that on. But this guy, he's creepy, and he's got creepy friends. I think he needs something. I don't think he's in memory of, but I'd like a word or something. So I'm gonna take this and see what I can find. And I'm also gonna put some sticky beads on. So that's gonna be the next step. I want to show you them done now. This one turned out super cute. I love how that did. And then we had to put a little extra thing on there. This guy turned out amazing. I had to put an extra bauble on there. My husband said he wasn't fancy enough. All right, we have this gentleman who unfortunately died. Came to an unfortunate ending. And this young lady passed away through no fault of her own. And this lady is a murderer. These girls are doing something. These girls, I love them. They have the happy sun hanging off the bottom. And this gal is dreadfully wicked. I love her. Pretty orange one with the moon. this one just turned out fun. This one has everything. It's the most colorful one. And then this is the last one. And this is an old lady who has a boarding house, and all her guests disappear. So that is it. The very next one I show you will be when I do the, show you it on the mantle. All right, I'm all done with my banner. And I think it came out amazing. My kids even like it, which is always a good thing. I actually made 10 of them and I only needed 9, but all in all, I'm super pleased. It looks really cute.